Hello everyone, welcome to SUFCtv's matchday coverage of what has to be the biggest derby of the season for Sutton United. They take on Bromley here at Gandy Green Lane on Saturday, and we thought we'd do another one of those preview shows since you liked the last one so much. Sadly we didn't get very far in the FA Cup. They take on Bromley after Bromley's unfortunate exit from the FA Cup on Tuesday night against Bristol Rovers, and I kind of feel that they'll give us a game here on Saturday. It's just myself, no Tom, who's not here with health problems today, but I wish him well. We hope to see you on Saturday, Tom. In the meantime, we've picked up a few more interviews with the players and the manager. More importantly, Matt, because there's been a few interesting decisions that have taken place in the world of football this week, and we want to get his thoughts on them, especially after the massive win against Torquay. But first of all, here is Matt himself with his opinion on the team that he is playing Saturday, and more of what we hope to see. Hello, Matt. It's good to see you again. So, Saturday was a great day for the club. Big win. How do we keep that sort of form into the rest of it going on through the season?
I think it was a pleasing win just because it gave us the belief that as long as we keep our performances there, and that's what I've been drumming into the lads, you know, I feel before Saturday our performances have been of a good level, and that's the thing I've been beating into the players. As long as we can keep their performances to that level, the results will turn, and unfortunately it did on Saturday, and we thoroughly deserved our win. And we've got to just make sure those performances keep at that level, moving on to Bromley and forward. And if we can keep doing that, the wins will soon keep coming in.
How confident is the squad now after Saturday? Because obviously the last few results were not so good, but it's important to get a win to boost morale around the club and everything. How important is the squad's confidence now?
The confidence has never dropped anyway. You know, even on the bad run that we were on before Saturday. The effort from the lads, the work rate from the lads, the confidence from the lads, it's all been there, it's all been showing. There's not been a glitch in that at all. So it's just probably gave the lads more confidence and belief that as long as we can keep performing at that level, then we will get the results.
Yeah, certainly. The squad, as we've noticed, has now changed. What have you done recently to make those changes, and what do you feel was the deciding factor in those changes?
Yeah, obviously, I mentioned to you after the game just about the goalkeeper. It was a bit of a funny situation last week with what happened with 2 or 3 days. So Ben Dazinski's still not gone out on dual registration just yet, but we should have some news over that in the next day or two, which will get announced in due course, which leaves me obviously with 2 goalkeepers to fight. Ben Dazinski's attitude and desire and professionalism around the club has been absolutely superb, and just with him expressing his interest to go out on dual reg, I thought that was going to happen last week, hence why I forced to get another goalkeeper in. So having the opportunity to get Nick Zandev in from AFC Wimbledon, I felt it was maybe right to freshen it up in the goalkeeping area, as well as Louis John coming in. And unfortunately, the one announcement I can make today is Dan Matsuzakis had to sort of part ways and leave us, you know, to allow me to get Louis John in. So we thank Dan for his efforts with the club, and we wish him all the best on his next club and for his future. So that's the in and out there. But no, apart from that, we are where we are at the moment.
It's very sad. We always want to hear at SUFCtv pass our regards on to Dan as well. He was a very good centre half, and we hope for his next career path to be a good one. On to Bromley, the focus of this weekend. I wanted to ask you first of all about their performance last night against Bristol Rovers. I was there, so I can vouch for what I saw. It was a very hard effort from that side. Lord Smith has really got a team going there. Very unfortunate with that result. What were your key points from that match, and who do we look out for from that team?
Yeah, listen, they're a good side with a good manager, and they've started the season extremely well and in a very strong position within the league. So they're going to be a very, very tough game on Saturday. I want to watch them at Bristol Rovers. They were a better side that day as well, that afternoon on a week Sunday ago. So they've put in 2 good performances against a strong League One side. Came back from 3-0 down to show the character they've got in the team as well on Saturday against Harrogate. So they're a really good side. They've got to be respected, of course. They've got good players all over, but the pure focus is all on us. Like it has been in every single game. We put good performances and didn't deserve to get beat against Halifax, who are right at the top end. Same with Barrow. We certainly didn't deserve to get beat up there. We deserved to win the game. and then we've gone to Torquay, the form side in the division, and we managed to get a win. So we certainly don't fear Bromley, but we respect them, and we'll be going in preparing like we always do, and looking to get a good result on Saturday.
Very good. Any returns to the team for Saturday in terms of injuries or players making a return?
Tony Collins trained last week. We put him on the bench just in case we needed him, but he'd only trained on the Friday before Saturday's game at Torquay, so he's had another couple of sessions this week, which helps him. But he hasn't, hardly trained or played in 5-6 weeks. Stockport was his last proper game. He played against Billericay in the cup replay, but he played injured and tried to do us a favour there, which didn't obviously quite work out. Rob Milson, we'll have to see. It's Wednesday now, obviously. We'll have to see how he is over the next couple of days, but hopefully he won't be too far away, if not in contention for Saturday as well.
Yeah, and obviously for the fans it's a massive game, local derby. It means a lot to Sutton, obviously getting a result over Bromley. Anything you can say to give the fans some excitement ahead of this huge game?
Yeah, it's from my point of view, yes, it's a huge game because it's the next game, whether it's Bromley or Dagenham on Tuesday or Harrogate the following Saturday, we treat every game and our preparation exactly the same.
Yeah.
But in terms of the fans' point of view, all those who did travel to Torquay, and it was a great support. It was probably the best I've known. They were the loudest I've heard them. And we thank them for their support and coming down to Torquay last Saturday. So we just want to continue our momentum into Saturday and hope, know the fans will, not hope, know the fans will get behind us in what is another big game for us.
Well, we here at SUFCtv wish you the best of luck and we'll see you Saturday.
Brilliant, cheers.
So you've heard from Matt, and I'm sure you share his optimism over Saturday's game. We're here at SUFCtv, are excited to cover it, and we will be live as always from Guernsey Green Lane on Saturday afternoon. Mixcloud.com/SUFCtv. Myself and Tom Mitchell will be present and correct to bring you the quality coverage that you always hear from us every weekend. So you've heard from the manager, and I'm sure will be very excited to hear that we've managed to, despite his busy schedule, managed to get Omar Bogle in, who played for Bromley last season and has been quite a revelation for Sutton this season. So you're going to hear from him in these very seats now. Nice to see you, Omar. Obviously you're an ex-Bromley player. You've spent a few seasons there. What are your favourite memories about being at the club?
I think it was like the way they sort of took me on board. I mean, I had a different period at Forest Green with the manager. He obviously told me, look, we need to get back on track and stuff like that, which obviously massively helped me to get back in the game. One of the favourite memories was obviously the team we had when I was there on loan. I mean, the way we were playing, freedom, also the support we were getting there, because obviously look at them now, they're absolutely flying now, which I'm happy to see, because obviously I've still got a few friends there, but the biggest memory was probably a Wembley game, the FA Trophy run we had, and obviously going to the final. And then once again, the supporters, I mean, they followed us everywhere, even when we played Workington away, Blythe Spartan, all the way to Wembley, and seeing their 18,000 Bromley supporters, it was massive.
Fantastic. Obviously you watched them last night in the FA Cup. I was there too, but what did you learn from that game about your former club's drive and will to try and win a game, especially against the League One side?
It's the same as the season when I was there. So Neil Smith is someone who drives the team to work really hard, and I believe they sort of improved from that one. Everyone's grafting for each other, and obviously the way they go forward. And once again, like previous season when I was there, area threats, set pieces, and they look like they got better at it. And obviously chances they have been taken in the league, but unfortunately last night, I mean, I believe they deserve to win. Yeah. I mean, I watched the game there, I was there myself, so some decisions that the officials didn't give their way, but I said before that I think they fully deserve to win that game. But that's football in the day, and obviously I will focus on Saturday, and hopefully it's going to go all right. What
will you do within your remit to get Sutton 3 points against your former club on Saturday?
I think it's just playing my game. I don't want to get carried away. I know I've got a lot of friends there, and I make some great memories with the football club there. But once again, I just want to focus myself on Sutton, trying to play best I can. And it all matters just 3 points in a weekend, because obviously with the game we had on Saturday where we managed to get a win, which was massive for us, so hopefully we can kick on from there.
All right. Well, one more thing. Obviously, Lebanon have been playing in World Cup qualifiers this week. Obviously, you haven't been able to participate because of issues, I believe.
Yeah.
So far, what are your hopes, obviously, for them in terms of getting into the next stage of qualifying?
I mean, it's a massive opportunity for us, because once again, with the previous qualifying for the Asia Cup, like winning every group stage, which obviously was easy in going to the Asia Cup. But this one's totally different. It's a World Cup qualifying game, so we've got the likes of obviously North Korea and South Korea, who are mainly the favourites to win that league. But with the draws we had in the last 2 games, which obviously, as you mentioned before, the issues I had, and it's hopefully obviously we can obviously kick on again for the last 3 games, and I believe all we need is just 6 points to hopefully qualify for them.
Yeah, well, we hope we get to use the Qatar then. Thank you very much.
Well then, appreciate it.
Cheers. Obviously, he's very excited to be playing against his former club. And you've heard a little bit about the World Cup campaign he's going on with Lebanon right now. Hopefully they get into the Asia Cup, more importantly. But you never know with football. So, you've heard from Omar. Now, the captain, club captain, more importantly, Jamie Collins, a man who has played numerous fixtures in this derby. And I'm sure you'll want to hear his 2 cents on what Saturday will mean to him. Hi, Jamie. It's very good to see you again. As the club captain, you've played probably the most fixtures in this particular derby. So what are your memories of playing Bromley?
Mixed, I think. I think last year, New Year's Day, obviously a TV game, I think I come off injured. We ended up losing virtually last kick of the game, 2-1. But I think we beat them in the trophy that season as well, or lost to them and then obviously had the replay. But no, I think this year, obviously they've signed a lot of players. They must have a very big budget, and they're a half game for it. So it's going to be a tough game. But I think off the back of the win Saturday, the lads are gaining confidence. So it should be a good game.
What do you hope for Sutton in terms of getting that win on Saturday? What do you think we can progress on?
Yeah, I think like most people have said, I think the actual performances haven't been bad the whole season. No one likes to use the word luck, but. Some games we haven't had the luck, other games haven't been good enough. But I think consistently we've actually played quite well, just not been good enough in both boxes. Yeah. So Saturday, obviously the lads were unbelievable, great result, and I'm sure we're going to take it into this Saturday.
Obviously you won't be playing on Saturday, which is a shame for the fans who obviously know you will love to play in this fixture. Is there anything encouraging you can say for them, especially for those who are turning up here on Saturday? Should be a big crowd, of course.
No, look, I think the lads that started Saturday deserve the right to play again. That's not saying that is a team, because obviously it's up to the gaffer, but they was excellent Saturday, every single one of them, and the subs that come on. So there's not a lot anyone can really say, but I think, look, it's a derby game. I think we've hit a little bit of form, very good form, so it's going to be a great game, so everyone wants to get along and watch.
Right, cool. Thank you, James.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
So, you've heard from the captain and the ex-player. I'm sure the insight into this game will be very richly valued by you, all you lovely fans. We do so much for you here. So, on to the fixture itself, and a massive game here on Saturday. But there has been some goals scored in this fixture in the past, so why don't you go and have a cup of tea if you have one, or whatever, custard cream or two like me and Sahel Sahi like to have, and let's look back at 5 of the best from Sutton against Bromley.
Penalty area, 3 central defenders make a run. It's high and long out towards Pearce. Pearce heads it back across the goal. Collins with a header, and it's in! It's in! It's been given! It's a goal to the U's, and Jamie Collins wheels away in joy. Great header, and well spotted here by the linesman down here in front of us. Mr. Gary Jordan, corner, and we said it all along. The corners from Harry Beauty when the Pear's in trouble.
Scorer for Sutton United in the 22nd minute, number 25, Brandon Thomas.
You've seen some of the final goals. You've heard from the captain, you've heard from the manager, you've heard from the ex-player. That's enough from me and enough from Mr. Smart behind the camera here. We're now going to shoot off and get ready for Saturday. Now, your job is simple. Survive the rest of the week. We're going to be back here Saturday afternoon with a massive, massive game for you. It's pretty much the main event of the National League. The South London derby between Sutton United and Bromley. Here from Gander Green Lane, myself, Tom Mitchell, and whoever else we can fish in the waters to join us in the commentary box behind you. And we'll be here at 2:45 Saturday afternoon to bring you live coverage of that game. So, mixlr.com/SUFCtv, and look out on the social media as well for any extra updates and news on the teams. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. We hope you drop a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it, and we'll see you very soon.